quickest way to making $20,000, people lying to cops, and you could actually get kicked out of your own home right after this. And we're back just like that. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. As always, I'm Daniel.
I'm Angela.
And we are Sushi For Frickin' 2, coming at you hot with our next episode of Friday Night Bites, episode 3. With this episode, we're going to be discussing 3 stories, and as always, Angela will be at the helm telling us what's the story about, and we are here to make sense of the nonsense. Angela, take it away.
This first story is about a haunted house because it is Halloween season right now. So the title, this terrifying haunted house will give you $20,000 if you can make it to the end, but no one ever has. McCamey Manor in Summertown, Tennessee may lay claim to being the world's scariest haunted house. It's so scary that no one has ever completed it, but if you do, you'll win $20,000. All it costs to enter is a bag of dog food. Russ McCamey, the owner and the mastermind behind the manor, has 5 dogs to feed. The haunted house has several eye-popping preconditions. Contestants who want to enter must get a letter from their doctor asserting they're physically and mentally fit, and there's a drug test day of. Wow. Signing the 40-page contract alone takes about 3 to 4 hours, and if you have to have medical insurance as well. Which is already crazy. McCamey, the owner, he concocts each show for every individual contestant who visits, cooking up particular stunts and tasks suited to their particular fears. He's adamant that nothing weird goes on in the manor, despite some report that says visitors may be bound, masked, and held underwater.
What?
He insists it's more of a mental game between him and the contestants, which he wins using hypnosis. So I guess you're hypnotized when you're going through this. Each contestant's entire journey through the manor is filmed, which McCamey says is to protect himself against false accusations. There's also a required 2-hour video you must watch if you think other people are sissies and you're made of stronger stuff. I think there's like a documentary about people going in it. Oh, yeah, there's one called And Then There Were None. It's a 1 hour and 48 minutes of people giving up the haunted house, telling the camera and future visitors you really don't want to do this. If you think that you've got what it takes, you contact him online to set up your own terrifying tour. And you basically just sign your life away.
So he does all of this just for bags of food?
I guess it's like the experience. Yeah. He doesn't, the thing is he doesn't even need the food or the money. He's just doing this, the reward is $20,000. Obviously.
So let me ask you. So a person signed up for this. You said it's 40-page contract. It takes about 3 hours to do. Mm-hmm. So on the questionnaire, you have to fill out what your worst fears are.
Yeah. So I think what you do is you get hypnotized, and he puts things in there that kind of simulate what you're afraid of. So if you're afraid of blood or something, he can have when he says, when I use the hypnosis, I can put you in a kiddie pool, which is an inflatable pool with a couple inches of water, and I can tell you that there's a great white shark in there, and you're gonna think that there's a shark in there. And so when you have that kind of power over people and have them do and see things that you want them to see, they can leave here thinking it really happened. Oh, and that's why he records the thing, because they can go and tell the authorities, yeah, he made me do this with a shark, and then
but there's actual recording that
he has the footage.
Well, that's
and then,
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So you are hypnotized during. That's really crazy.
So, okay.
I know what I would do.
It's just him? He's just the only person running this? Or
maybe his wife, but him.
But in the house, it's not the typical house, for example,
no,
Halloween
there's people
Horror
in there.
Oh, there are people in there.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so he has this specific manor that's only used for these stunts all year round?
I don't know. I think it's only in Halloween time because it's his house as well, like his compound. So
Okay.
I think it's crazy. I think like what you can do is basically kind of like if you know that you can't, like you should look up techniques like to see how to not get hypnotized. And then you go and don't get hypnotized, but then like you go through it and you get $20,000 at the end because not one person has ever done it, which is crazy.
Well, I watch videos on how not to crash a car, so like it doesn't mean it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's really cool. I would never do it, but I think it's really cool, and it's really smart of him, I guess. Like there's certain people that just live for that kind of stuff. Like people just love like Halloween and like getting scared and like dressing up. I'm not one of those people. I'm not the biggest fan of Halloween. So, I mean, I don't really care. But there's people that love it. And they have a place to go.
That's freaking wild. Well, to all the people watching our...
Would you ever do it?
No, absolutely not.
No?
Absolutely not. Right away, the second I go into the manor, it's going to be a huge spider.
Yeah.
And it's going to be game over. It's going to be some flying wasps. After being hypnotized. So I won't be able to do that. The second I see, like, even when we go outside our door, the second there's a little fly, I'm already like pissing my boots.
Yeah.
So if there's someone even hypnotizing me to believe that there's these huge things flying, it's game over. It's not worth, 3 hours of signing papers. It's not worth going through all the headache. Where is it?
Tennessee.
I have to go to Tennessee for what? What type of dog food? Does he have a preference?
I don't think that's the least of the concerns.
Well, I mean, it's still part of the process, part of the package. All right, so it's kind of wild that he does this, that people, so-called are getting hypnotized, because usually
it's a good idea,
that's like what, fairy tales almost, like folklore that people used to get hypnotized, follow the watch. But I guess maybe he figured it out.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm surprised he's not making money on it, though. Like, listen, you have a chance of winning $20,000, but in order to do this, and in order for me to set up my own house, in order to kind of like, have it played out, $100.
Maybe it's just fun for him.
to hypnotize poor people.
To certain people, money is not the motive. Certain people just genuinely like to bring joy to people. Maybe it's like during like the Halloween season, and he knows people like this stuff, so... If they're just getting scared, so they might as well not be. Like, because if you imagine if you had to pay hundreds of dollars just to get, like, terrified and, like, bullied, I don't think I'd do that.
Yeah, but people are not just doing it for fun. They have a chance of getting $20,000.
Yeah, but the odds are not in their favor, So they're paying money to fail,
But there's a chance that they could do it, which is what they take.
But the chances
are
there's so low.
It's probably people, like, for example, like myself, like we went to Halloween Horror Nights and I wasn't remotely scared.
Yes, you were.
No, I was not.
Yes,
you were hiding behind me. Couldn't have seen me.
You were scared in certain... Stop. Don't...
When?
You were. Just stop.
I was
were.
not.
Yes, you were.
For the record, everybody, I was not.
Yes, you were. Certain houses, yes, you were.
Which one?
The Universal Monsters. You were scared.
When was I scared?
You were scared. Stop. Yeti, you were scared.
I laughed every time we turned the corner.
No. Oh my God. Stop. Trying to act like a tough
the
guy.
Joker, just like freaking.
You're
like
trying to act like a tough guy.
You were hiding and crying the whole time.
I was scared. I'm not afraid to admit it. I don't have a complex.
I'm saying within those houses, I was not scared, but does not mean that I can go handle that manor.
You can't handle any manor because you're scared.
Haunted houses never scared me, but this does
it doesn't make you more of like a macho, like cool guy.
How much? I have 2 sushi rolls on my chest. How am I trying to predict or showcase myself as this macho man?
I'm just saying. I know you're scared.
I don't have a mom tattoo or anything.
That's next. You're gonna go in a haunted house with that to show your manliness,
There you go. You know what? Fine. For the record, I'm going. Set it up.
I will.
I'll just tell him things that I'm not scared of.
I'm sure he'll see past your lies. Okay, are you ready for the next story?
Let's do it.
Illinois. I don't know how to say that state. Illinois, man. I've said Illinois my whole life. I'm not going to stop now. Illinois man with name tattooed on neck allegedly gave police false ID. An Illinois man was arrested after he allegedly gave police a fake name despite having his real name tattooed on his neck. Matthew Bushman supposedly gave the false ID and birthday to officers who were investigating a forgery. I don't know what that means. Authorities wrote on Facebook Tuesday that Bushman, or Maddie B, as his tattoo states, he had a warrant out for his arrest and he lied about his name, but he was still arrested for obstructing justice and for all the other stuff. So now he's in jail. The tattoo that he has, it's on the lower neck and it says Maddie B.
Maddie B.
And his name is Matthew Bushman. So...
you see, in this case, in this scenario,
I don't feel bad.
No, but besides that, obviously not. He deserves to be where he is. But my problem is that, why would you tattoo your own name?
I don't know. People do that often.
But I get it. Okay, I know sometimes on the arm, but this is on the neck. This guy clearly does not sound like he has a history of well endeavors or good endeavors. Mm-hmm. So he knows. At least I hope he knows that he's gonna get caught one day. You don't just do forgery the first time.
But I think people do get tattoos of their names.
No, of course.
I think it's a little strange. Just like people that put themselves as their background on their phone. I know a lot of people do that, but I am so uncomfortable by it because it's I can look at myself in a mirror anytime I need to. I don't need to open my phone and look at myself too.
Yeah, but maybe just feeling yourself in that picture. Wow.
I can just look at that picture. I feel like that's so... I mean, maybe he really likes his name. I feel like that's so egocentric, too. To, not only tattoo your name, have a picture of yourself there. I cannot.
So, number one, he tattooed his name, probably knowing he'll get caught one day. But my other problem is, don't give a fake ID when it's, sticking out, right here, right?
But that's why he's in the position that he's at right now, because he's not the smartest guy, so...
Well, good riddance.
Good riddance? That's a little harsh.
No, well, listen.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Maddie B.
What's the difference between good riddance and goodbye?
Good riddance is horrible.
Horrible?
Good riddance. Do you know what that means even? Good riddance?
Yes.
Meaning. What is the meaning of the phrase good riddance? I guess, yeah. A welcome loss or departure.
There you go. A welcome
good riddance. Loss. Good riddance, Maddie B.
He won't be terrorizing the country anymore.
He was in Illinois. So Illinois, you have one less criminal on the streets.
Maddie B has been swooped off the street.
And the last story, you ready for it?
Let's do it.
Utah man breaks into home, makes it his own after the owner refuses to sell it to him. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown on the story because it's really long.
Okay.
But basically a man, 25 years old, if that gives you context, he offered some elderly female homeowner, $90,000, this is all in Utah, $90,000 for a house, which reportedly has a market value of more than $363,000.
Wow.
So she said no, obviously. She didn't want to sell it to him. Okay. So when the owner didn't respond to his offer, because it was such chump change, he allegedly went to the home and told her he would forge any document needed to get the property from her. The victim is an elderly woman, and she expressed fear to the police about what he may possibly do. Right. She didn't know.
Oh, that's good.
He then allegedly changed the locks in the house and locked the front gate with his own chain and lock. He emailed a police officer the following day saying he wanted to remove plants from the woman's yard, just as long as it builds my case to getting title to the house. What? And he asked for the officer's help in trying to get the water turned on, complaining that they wouldn't turn the water on until he proved that he owned the property. But he never owned the property. So he would
So she didn't live in there?
Apparently she did.
So how
Because it's burglary. So he even did yard work. No, yeah. I think she moved out.
Okay, so it's just a property that she owns somewhere down on the block.
Yeah, I think
he really wanted it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Now that makes sense because I was just trying to figure it out. How is this man coming into your house when you live there, change all of your locks, emailing the police to get rid of the pottery and also to put on the water.
He reportedly admitted to police he had done yard work, and he succeeded in getting the power back on. He told the neighbors that he owned the home, and he even received assistance from one of them moving a refrigerator. He started doing renovations in the home.
And he didn't even buy it.
He told a neighbor he paid $5,000 for the house, and that he owned it.
What?
He was using tools inside the house.
Did it say why he wanted the house so bad?
No. He was using tools inside the house, I'm guessing doing construction. And then he admitted that he had cut down trees, shrubs, and bushes, removed a refrigerator from the house, and he installed new deadbolts. So, I don't know.
What is wrong with these people?
Isn't this weird?
Like, I don't understand. Like,
isn't this weird?
Like, you're trying to undercut the price of the house by almost half, right? Then you get a no.
Not even half.
Well, I'm just hypothetically saying.
It's crazy.
Like by a crazy amount.
Yeah.
You take it upon yourself that you know what? You own the house, even though you didn't buy it. You take it upon yourself to go to the neighbors and like flaunt about it.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, just like, oh hi, I bought this house for $5,000. Like, it's gonna raise a lot of red alarms, red flags because what the, like these are stories like these and like even like the previous one, like you can't make sense of this nonsense because this is just pure nonsense. Yeah, there's no making sense of it.
There's none. I feel really bad for the poor old woman that has to deal with this nut job. It's like, I mean, I do feel bad for him. On one hand, maybe he is like sick in the head and like he does need help, but at the same time, like, this is just outrageous. I feel bad for the lady. I feel bad for the neighbors getting bamboozled, and I have never in my life heard of anything even close to this before.
He was arrested?
Yeah. He was, oh no, there's a warrant out for his arrest. He was charged with burglary, forgery, misdemeanor stalking, theft, criminal mischief, and 3 counts of criminal trespassing.
Which one? Did you hear that?
What?
It said forgery.
Okay.
Maddie B was the guy in that story.
Oh my god, you scared me. I thought something happened in our house. What is wrong with you? Oh my god, you scared me. But yeah, a warrant is currently out for his arrest.
Warrant was out for someone's arrest for forgery. Story behind that, man accused of forgery gave wrong ID card. Maddie B strikes again.
Is this Maddie B?
I think so.
And this was published 4 days ago, but this has been going on since September. Like the beginning, I think, of September. So he's been on and off, going into the house, doing all these crazy things. This is wild. I can't believe it. This is just like, this is not normal.
And he hasn't even been caught. Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know. Maybe now he has. This was 4 days ago.
Ay, ay, ay.
So yeah, poor old lady.
Poor old lady. Poor plants and bushes and shrubs. They didn't deserve it.
They did nothing wrong.
They did nothing wrong. But at least there's a benefit to all these stories. And the benefit to these stories is that Illinois does not have Maddie B on the streets anymore.
You guys are safe in Illinois.
Illinois, you guys can have your children and your kids play outside. Because it's okay now. That was the last story, right?
That was the last one.
Well, as always, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching our Friday Night Bites episode 3. It was perfect. It was amazing. We covered some stories. And as always, we do need to remind you to always click that subscribe button. Crush that notification bell as hard as you possibly can. Subscribe, again, to us. Go to our Instagram, our Twitter. We now have a Facebook page as well. So we'll link that all down below. And hopefully we made sense of the nonsense, even though half of it you can't really make sense of it because it's just like what? Like
Yeah, you can't.
With that being said, guys, we are signing out, and thank you so much for watching our episode of Friday Night Bites. See ya.
Bye.